this is your host Lucian Vilsan with the Freedom Alternative News. Freedom of expression is rapidly being eroded in the Netherlands as the country moves towards a more German way of approaching this fundamental liberty that merely a few months ago was an unquestionable part of the Dutch way of life. You tweet too much about refugees, people have been told by police officers who have tracked down the offenders and came knocking on their front doors. These new developments have come to surface with the case of Mark Jongenel, a 24-year-old in the small town of Sliedrecht in the far west part of the country. As Jongenel told the Dutch paper NRC Handelsblad, the police came to his office and told him, "You tweet too much. We have orders to ask you to watch your tone. Your tweets may seem as seditious." Mr. Jongenel's tweets have come after a meeting held in the town concerning a refugee center in the region, a meeting about which Mr. Jongenel asked whether the people in the area should let this happen. Worryingly, these kinds of visits have become increasingly common in the last 3 or 4 months, with places like Leeuwarden, Enschede, and some areas in Brabant where people who ran pages on social media critical of the country's refugee policy have been ordered to stop talking by the police who visited them at home. A spokesman for the National Police did acknowledge to the Handelsblad newspaper that there are 10 intelligence units of digital detectives monitoring in real time Facebook pages and Twitter accounts and looking for posts that go too far. Some citizens have started to complain, claiming that the Netherlands is on its way to become a police state, while more moderate voices essentially claim that it's not that bad. It is still unclear how bad does it have to get till the so-called moderates start facing reality. On the other hand, the cathedral media claims that the Netherlands has toughened its stance on newcomers in recent years, with the Dutch policy towards asylum seekers being criticized by the United Nations and other agitprop NGOs as being overly strict. However, considering that these usual suspects tend to view anything that is not in the league of everyone is welcomed, no questions asked, as being strict or overly strict, it is of little relevance what the United Nations thinks about this situation. The current migrant crisis has led to a surge in support in the Netherlands for politicians such as Geert Wilders and his party Partij voor de Vrijheid, who promises to close the borders if he gets into power. We're now returning to the regular Freedom Alternative schedule.